Continuing our discussion on how to pay for college from the weeks before. Today we want to share some information on different types of federal student loans, what the differences are so you can decide which one will be best for you.
The federal direct student loan programs offer a few different loan types. First, a Stafford loan is a student loan that is eligible to students enrolled in accredited institutions for higher education. Stafford loans are available to both subsidized and unsubsidized loans.
Well, what is the difference? Let's break it down for you.
Subsidized. This is a need-based loan. The government will pay your interest while you're in school as long as you are enrolled at least part-time. The government will also pay the interest on this loan while you are in your grace period before repayment begins. This saves you a lot of money by not having interest add up while you are in school, a huge benefit.
Unsubsidized. This loan is not based on income and not all students are eligible for the max loan amount. With this loan, you are responsible for paying all of the interest that accrues while you are enrolled in school.
The other type of loan is known as the Perkins loan. This is a subsidized low-interest loan. Again, with subsidized, the government will pay the interest while you are in school. With this loan, the school is the lender. The loan is made with the government funds, and the school also contributes a share. You repay this loan to your school. The funds depend on the need of each student and depends on the amount of funds your college has to offer.
It is important to know that not all schools participate in this federal program. Now you have some knowledge on the different types of loans you may be offered. You can make the best decision for yourself.
This week's Money Minute trivia question is, true or false? The government will pay the interest on a subsidized loan while you are still enrolled in school.
Everyone who correctly answers this week's Money Minute will be entered into a drawing to win a Tiger Credit Union swag bag. Be sure to find us during your lunch period to answer this week's trivia.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tigers!
It's Thursday, March 21st, and it's a B-Day.
Here's your study tip from #WeAreBRF.
We are problem solvers.
In your social studies class, the notes you take should include the events, the geographical location, and the people and dates involved. This information should answer these questions: who, what, where, why, and when.
Ask yourself how these relate to the major theme that is being presented. When writing an answer to a test question, give your main points and support these with details.
Be aware that your response to the question usually will be organized chronologically, in time order, by cause and effect, or by comparing and contrasting, emphasizing similarities and differences.
Be sure you understand information that is presented in charts, graphs, tables, and maps.
Were you on the boys' basketball team this year?
If so, don't forget tonight's end-of-year celebration.
It's in the high school commons beginning at 6:30.
And remember, next week, Friday, is the end of quarter 3.
Grades will be pulled for privilege on the following Monday, which is already April 1st.
Can you believe it?
That's all for now, except for this.
Last week, the FBI announced federal charges in Operation Varsity Blues. Wealthy parents paid for fake athletic credentials and standard test cheating.
Student reporting lab students at BRFHS took up a challenge to film interviews for a PBS NewsHour piece.
On Tuesday, that piece aired, and sophomore Ellie Wirt's interview was part of the broadcast.
Here's the full piece.
It's now been a week since federal prosecutors pulled back the curtain on a college admissions cheating and bribery scandal. The scheme involved wealthy parents, a pair of actresses, including Lori Loughlin, business leaders, and a college placement firm at the center of it all, led by William Singer. It bought students admission into high-profile schools like Yale, UCLA, Georgetown, and the University of Southern California. USC said today it's blocking students associated with the scandal from registering for classes for now. The scandal has sparked a wider conversation, and John Yang will pick up on that in a moment. But first, let's hear from some high schoolers themselves. Our student reporting labs reached out around the country for our weekly segment, Making the Grade. Here's what some of them had to say.
It's easier to get into college if you're rich. I feel like that's just a given. Like, everyone knows that.
I feel like it really degraded the process, how people try so hard and then others just were able to pay someone to get in, and that messed up the whole system and how it's not fair for everyone else because some people just don't have that money.
You know, maybe it used to be your parents donated to the library and now it's you've got a fixer who bumps your SAT score up 400 points, but yeah, I'm not that surprised.
Our ACT scores are high and theirs aren't, but that won't matter because they have enough money to just pay their way in.
By the end of my senior year, I will have taken 9 AP courses, 3 SATs, and 2 ACTs, but that won't even guarantee me an admissions opportunity institution.
A lot of us have spent like our whole senior year and a lot of time and energy and conversations and money trying to get into the schools that we see best fit, and to see that they can just look around and pick whichever one they want to go to and then just hand money over and then they're in is kind of disturbing.
It upsets me because my mom's a hardworking mom, and like I'm gonna be the first one to graduate from high school and go to college, and it's just like I have to pay my way for college. I have to make sure that I gotta grind so I can get into a college, and they're just paying their way through. Their parents are just like, oh, here you go, baby. No, like that's not fair at all.
I know people in the lower Milwaukee area who work very hard at their schoolwork, and they work so incredibly hard trying to get out of their situation, and but they just can't because they have to go home and they have to care for their family, and then they have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet. And I feel like then to like have somebody who doesn't do any of that come and pass you over is just a big disrespect.
There's future scientists and lawyers and doctors and teachers that aren't getting a shot because people like Lori Laughlin are just paying their way in for their kids.
Most of the people that I know don't have an extra $15,000 or $20,000 to throw at someone like Singer to, you know, pay their way into college.
My parents can't pay $500,000 to get me into any college I want. So like that does put a lot of pressure on making sure that like all my grades are good and like GPA and everything, so.
It kind of just almost demeans the meaning of what a higher education is, because we like to hold it to a very high standard. But if you can just pay your way in, if you have enough money, what does that truly mean?
Congrats to everyone who participated.
That's all, Tigers.
Bye.